Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Studies show that 100% of everybody in the world wants to curl up indoors and do nothing because it's so darn cold out there. That's why many people are turning to Bombas, whose pillowy plush slippers and warm merino wool socks have been said to be the most comfortable in the history of feet. Bombas products have been found to boost coziness by up to 1,000,000%. Okay, enough fake statistics, but could Bombas socks and slippers really be the cure? Go to bombas.com/audio and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward.
The reason we would like to focus on this topic is because it seemingly affects all levels of sport, from the professionals at the top seeping through to the university teams and even at school level.
We will be talking about spectators, post-game beers in the showers, drinking initiations, and everything in between today.
What might start off looking like a fun way to bond with a teammate can quickly snowball into a much bigger problem.
So grab your rackets, strap on your boots, tighten your helmet, and get ready to take your shot at sobriety. I'm very proud of you, Hamish, and your puns there.
You like that?
Yes, I am extremely
proud. When I wrote "take your shot," I was like, "Oh, I'm not quite Lin-Manuel Miranda, am I?"
No, but it's good though.
Yeah, thank you. I was smiling writing that, and then I thought Vic can read that.
No, I do love the puns.
Yeah,
I do love the puns. By the end of today's episode, we hope that you will have a better understanding of why many are calling for change in the drinking habits within sport.
We hope that you might feel better equipped to say no and to actually enjoy sport for what it's designed for. Bonding with friends, getting fit and improving a particular skill. None of which throwing up down the drain of a changing room shower help with.
No. To be fair, aiming a throw up down the toilet without hitting the rims is a skill that I improved on throughout my drinking years, Hamish.
Not exactly a sport though, is it, Vic?
No. Let's move on.
The way that I would like to structure this episode is by first trying to explain how sport and alcohol have become so inseparable before discussing some of the reasons that this is detrimental to both the sport itself and our society.
I just want to tackle you to the ground here, Hamish.
Well done.
And have a little history lesson. You know, I love to look at the backstory behind alcohol, and not surprisingly, the wobbly saga between sport and booze has been going on for ages. Ancient Grecian Olympians drank wine to enhance performance, the Victorians believed that beer helped to build stamina, and the Roman gladiators drank an alcohol and plant concoction which made them stronger, so they thought. Yeah. The runners in the very hot 1908 London Olympic and Marathon necked brandy, glasses of bubbly and strychnine, best known as rat poison, for a pep-up en route. And Tour de France riders used to stop for a glass of red mid-race.
They did. They also used to do cocaine.
Yeah. God, it's crazy.
Yeah.
When people realised mid-20th century that booze was actually slowing them down, other drugs like metabolic steroids and cocaine, as you say, Hamish, replaced those halftime bubblies.
That is wild. I can't believe how long these have been intertwined.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Now, let's look at how glorified alcohol has become within sport. One of the most obvious ways this has happened is through alcoholic brands sponsoring major professional tournaments worldwide. For example, the English Premier League has an official beer sponsor every year, which means our children are watching their heroes as advertising boards display alcohol around the ground every week.
Earlier this year, Ash Barty caused a stir after her Australian Open win as the Channel 9 commentary team handed her a beer to enjoy live on air. Whereas some applauded this very Aussie response to winning a Grand Slam, others were horrified by the message this sent.
This is nothing new and has come right from the very top for years. In 1983, Australia celebrated one of its greatest sporting achievements by winning the America's Cup. In the aftermath, the then Prime Minister Bob Hawke, who had clearly had a few champagnes, said live on TV his now infamous line, "Any boss who sacks anyone today for not turning up is a bum."
Very nice.
Thanks.
This normalisation of alcohol, sponsoring sport and celebrating wins by drinking to excess, both as a player and as a fan, is now part of the makeup of our society.
So what are the dangers of this?
Okay, so firstly, I want to look at inclusivity. It is known that if you join a sporting team, particularly as a man, there will be a drinking culture. That is sadly just a fact in today's world, in most sports. More often than not, with this comes a loutish and laddish culture.
Yeah, it certainly does. The issues that arise from this are obvious. If you do not drink for a variety of reasons, be them religious, personal, or whatever, you may feel unwelcome or uncomfortable joining a team or even attending a game. The same can be said if you are homosexual, bi or gender neutral and feel as if a toxic masculine environment could present its problems for you.
With sport becoming less and less inclusive, think of the talent we could have missed out on. Let me start by naming just a few Muslim sportsmen over the years who obviously do not drink because of their religion. In boxing, we had Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson.
In football, or soccer if you prefer, we have Zinedine Zidane and Paul Pogba.
Spot on. In cricket, we've had Shahid Afridi, Moeen Ali and Adil Rashid.
And in basketball, we had Shaquille O'Neal.
These are without doubt some of the greatest sportsmen of our lifetime. I wonder if they ever felt excluded from their own sports because they didn't partake in any after-match sessions. I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not too. I mean, it must have been hard for people like Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. They would have been surrounded by alcohol throughout their careers. I mean, it's incredible that these people don't drink because I'm sure it was shoved in their face on a daily basis.
Well, we're lucky that they had thick enough skin to still do the sports and still throw themselves in, because they didn't. Literally, those are all legends of their own individual sports, and if they hadn't felt comfortable to play, we would have missed out on that.
Yeah, and it's also not the sport as well, Hamish, is it? It's the fame that comes alongside it. So therefore, you're not only celebrating after the game, people are buying you drinks and people are looking up to you and people are wanting a piece of you all the time. So that would be a reason to drink because it's so overwhelming having that level of fame.
100%.
So interesting. Sports drinking culture comes with some horrible side effects, that's for sure. A yobbish attitude that excludes some sectors of society. I mean, Freddie would fit in pretty well, though, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he'd be great.
Stick him in a Manchester game in the early 90s. There's also an issue of fame in sports, which we just spoke about. You get known and everybody wants to buy you a drink. Like George Best is a perfect example. He died from a liver infection in 2005. His cheerful post-game tipple and reputation meant this legend ended up with a severe problem with alcohol. And of course, alcohol fueled hooliganism in the 80s and 90s in England. It really is a changing room culture that spreads to the stands and beyond the gates of the stadium. What is your experience, Hamish, of this changing room culture?
So when I first moved up to the Sunshine Coast, I joined a football team because I needed to make friends and I love football, and now I've got all this time and, I'd love to do training during the week and all that. And my first training session was a Tuesday night and everyone came and we did it and it was raining. And then I was actually, honestly, disappointed when everyone left straight after training.
Oh.
I thought, what? There's no go to the pub and get to know each other? Like, I thought that was the point, I thought that was because all the clubs that I played for in England we didn't actually, well, firstly, we didn't do training,
Yeah.
but on the Saturdays, it was play the game, which is almost irrelevant. And then we all go to the clubhouse and we just get drunk all day, really.
Yeah.
You know, somebody takes it in turns to buy the jugs and you sit there all day. And then, you know, it's all building up to the Christmas party, which is another piss up. We would spend more of the day drinking than we would playing football. And yeah, I can honestly remember feeling disappointed when that wasn't the case here. And I'm ashamed to say that. And also, you know, with regards to that laddish culture, the first match that we played, I got there and somebody called somebody gay that was, you know, you're a puff, or he said gay. He used homosexual as a insult. The guy was not, you know.
How disappointing.
And I wasn't brave enough to tell him off. I was like, I'm brand new to the team. This is my first day. And I wasn't brave enough to give him a bollocking in front of everyone. And I wish I had been. I wish I was the type of person that could do that. But I just instead just disliked that guy from the start. And I eventually left the club. I don't play for them anymore.
But what I want to say quickly there, Hamish, is they knew that you were new to the team. So you'd think that they'd be on their best behaviour. So that might have just been the tip of the iceberg of the homophobia or racism or whatever level of profanity they wanted to use at that time. They were probably trying to behave, and that was just a little slip up. So I think maybe if you'd stayed, it might have got worse. We're not saying that happens all the time, of course. And that was just a bad experience.
And that is also, I know we risk falling into a conversation about lad culture. And, you know, that's a whole different conversation. And beer at a changing room and lad culture are both intertwined and completely separate. You know, that guy was sober when he said that comment. So in a way, it doesn't fit here.
Sometimes you meet arseholes.
Yeah, sometimes they're arseholes. And actually, if I was gay, I would not feel comfortable playing football for that for almost any club, almost any changing room.
That is
I'd
terrible.
feel a bit uncomfortable. And actually, I've got a good friend of mine in Sydney who plays for a gay rugby team, and there are gay leagues,
Right.
which I think is both amazing and also kind of sad that there has to be a team full of gays, because then it's a safe place to play, you know.
Yeah, it should be a safe place.
I know.
Sport should be the safest place you can be, shouldn't it?
And it should be inclusive, like I mentioned
inclusive.
earlier.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
If you're navigating anxiety, depression, relationship challenges, postpartum struggles, or something else, you deserve care that meets you where you are. Grow Therapy is designed to help you find a therapist who fits your needs and supports the way you want to feel. They connect you with thousands of independent, licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions. You can search by insurance, provider specialty, treatment methods, and more to find a therapist who works for you. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/ACAST today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/ACAST. growtherapy.com/ACAST. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Yeah.
I guess the difference between playing sport here and in England for me was that I lived in London, so everyone was getting to and from games on public transport, which meant everyone would get hammered.
Yeah.
So I guess the difference here was we have to drive to get anywhere living here. People can't get pissed after games. So people would always have a beer after the game here, but not necessarily get pissed. Or maybe they did and they drunk drive. So
Don't know.
I don't know if it's a good or bad thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they were drink driving. But it has been in every change room I've ever been in, and I've played sport all of my life, there has been this drinking culture.
Yeah, it's really saddening, isn't it, a little bit? Yeah. I hate to hear that, Hamish. It's different for women, I think. I've never really come across it, probably because the only time I spent in changing rooms was when I had bunked off and was stealing people's sandwiches when I wasn't playing netball. I also used to go and swap people's socks around. I used to bunk off. I didn't like netball.
Yeah.
So I just hang around the changing rooms and just like fiddle with people's lunch boxes.
Interesting.
Mooching around, yeah.
Not the fittest player in the team.
No,
You
I
spend
was-
most of the match eating people's sandwiches
Yeah, I
in the
was
change room.
stealing brown bananas out of people's rucksacks. My sporting career was quite short, I have to admit, because alcohol came on the scene at quite an early age, and obviously that became my sport. I don't think the changing room culture is as bad for women, but I haven't spent a lot of time in them to give you a really good, fair point of view. But I did drink at sporting events in my lifetime. I have done that, and I've used football matches or the European Cup or any of these big sporting events to get pissed, just because it was an extra excuse that I could go, oh, right, let's get the beers in. I did used to drink at Ascot. We used to go to Ascot races with my parents occasionally. They went and they used to start the day looking so posh. I remember them leaving the house, top hat and tails, in their lovely car, heading off to Ascot for the day. And I remember the photos would come back and it was my mum having fallen through a fold-up chair, like, with her legs sticking out. Yeah. So, the glamour of Ascot slowly deteriorated. And you see it here with the Melbourne races as well. You see these women starting off the day looking absolutely gorgeous with their, I don't know what they call them out here, the things they wear in their hair.
What
And
is that called?
A fascinator, yes, that's it. And they look amazing. And then you get the footage of later on in the day, and they're all rolling around on their picnic blankets with twigs in their hair and looking really dishevelled. There's something quite joyful about that. I don't know why.
I've got quite a story to tell you about Ascot. So I worked there every year for a while in the boxes, and probably the worst hangover of my life was at Ascot, because it was always after the bank holiday weekend in August, which was always a music. It's always a music festival on.
Yes,
bank
it's
holiday
Reading weekend as well.
It was Shambhala, I think was on. I can't remember which one I went to, but yeah. Anyway, the festival ended on Sunday, and the festival ended on Sunday. We get back on Monday, and the Ascot starts on Tuesday.
Yeah,
I was in a box, so people have paid thousands for this experience of having a box, and I'm doing all the food and drink, and there's only 2 of us per box. I threw up all day. I had to go, and obviously there's no private loos for the staff. Oh. So I'm going to the public loos where everyone else is, and they have ties. And
you were dressed as a waiter.
So I had to take off my waiter uniform, which
Yeah.
was just an apron really, hide that so I look like just a random punter,
All right.
go to the loo. I threw up, honestly, all day. It's a 12-hour shift, 8 till 8.
Dry heaving.
Oh yeah, by the end, yeah.
Ugh.
All day. So I'm green, and I'm trying to, not touch any of the food, although it's a hangover, that's not how it works. But, trying to not have too much face-to-face with the people who've paid thousands for
Your
this
horrible
box.
sour breath.
Yeah. And they tipped us at the end, and I said to my mate who I was doing the box with, I was like, you just have to take all the tip. I've done
I'm off.
nothing. I've been throwing up all day. It's yours.
That's horrible.
But yeah, rough. But yeah, Ascot is probably one of the biggest piss-ups of any sporting.
That and Henley Regatta. We used to go to Henley. Yeah,
and I've spoken to you about the darts in the past.
Yeah, I rolled off a boat at Henley once. And actually, my friendly died rolling off a boat. And we crashed a boat into a bridge. We used to drive boats around really drunk at Henley.
Yeah.
It's these sporting events, it's just an excuse to get wasted. I remember those women at Ascot would just be rolling around in like horse turds.
The train from Ascot to London at about 7 or 8 p.m. is extraordinary.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
Drunk, posh people.
Drunk,
Nothing
posh people.
worse.
Yeah.
Talking on their phones really loudly. Like we care. Are we allowed to include croquet and lawn bowls here? Because we're talking about all these posh sporting events.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so women go on these events, don't they? Weekends away, and that's the sort of games they play. But they're kind of designed to sip wine with while you do them, all these sort of sports, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's also cheese rolling, everybody getting wasted at that. I think you can gather from the sports that I'm mentioning here, Hamish. So I'm not really a mainstream sports
These
fan.
are all good sports, though.
Yeah, I'm more sort of a bog snorkeler or sort of zorbing fan.
Yeah.
Which I think are still drinking events, quite honestly.
I think we're dropping into games rather than sports with some of
What are we
these.
trying to say? Bog snorkeling is not a professional sport,
It's not the Olympics, but yeah, sure.
isn't it?
We should make an Olympics with the sports that you think should be in the Olympics.
Yes, we should. It's obvious that this toxic culture and lack of inclusivity risks robbing us of some of our greatest sporting talents. The famous bog snorkelers of the world. If people do not feel comfortable to enter a sporting environment, they will simply turn away from the sport and find something else to do. Can you imagine the tragedy of not feeling like you can play a sport because you're not a drinker or not straight?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's now discuss some of the dangers that this drinking culture brings with it, starting with initiations.
For those of you that do not know, an initiation often takes part when the new intake of players joins the team. The senior players set them a number of challenges which are designed to be awful and bring the team closer together through shared experience.
Yeah, so in professional sport, you often see a player that's just been signed to a team is often like forced to sing a song, like basically karaoke in front of the whole team, which is fairly innocent and, a bit embarrassing, but fine.
Yeah, but funny.
University is where shit gets real, okay? So I've done a bit of research, which I had quite a lot of fun.
Pump up the research.
And now, let me warn you now, if you are eating or drinking, stop for about 5 minutes because you're not going to want to be having any kind of consumption
I'm worried
during
now.
the next few stories. So these are examples of initiations that I read about online.
Okay, I'll put down my spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah, it's weird that you're eating spaghetti bolognese during this. The Manchester University Rugby Club had to apple bob with dead rats floating in cider before rubbing chilies on their genitals. Throwing up was obligatory if you wanted to play on the team, and then you had to wrestle naked in the sick.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And that obviously they're drunk when they're doing that.
Of course.
Right.
In a way, I hope they were.
I
'cause
hope
that
they
would
were
be
too.
real bleak sober.
Yeah. The Bristol rugby team played a game called What's a Shit and What's a Banana? The team captain did a shit into a bucket of water and then dropped a peeled banana in two. Freshers were then blindfolded and told to find the banana.
Yeah.
What the hell's going
It's
on
tough.
here?
And there's basically a bit of a bobbing,
It's sick.
quite a lot of this bobbing, what am I saying?
Bobble-obbling.
Quite a lot of bobbling going on.
Yeah.
When I was at uni in Newcastle, I remember the Durham rugby team were found naked in one of those freezer vans by the police. Like they'd been left there. They're like, we're going to leave you here for a certain amount.
Died.
Yeah, so get hammered and then we're going to leave you in this freezer van for X amount of hours. And the police found them. I think they ended up banning all initiations in Durham that year or the year after.
Gosh, I didn't even know it
Wild.
was a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Members of the University of York Hockey Club were forced to have drinks that had been mixed with a concoction of dog food, anchovies, goldfish, vodka, and raw eggs blended together. So they're forcing them to drink things. I mean, that sort of thing could actually make you violently
That
ill.
is probably the most common thing that I've heard about initiations is
Right.
like this, they make a drink, which is obviously got alcohol in it,
Yeah.
but then some of those things, dog food, sick, animals, eggs, yeah.
Horrible. I remember the initiation, wasn't it for the Hells Angels? If you wanted to join the motorbike gang, the Hells
Right.
Angels, you had to be sick in a pint glass and then drink it
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Well, well done. Yeah, you can join our gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Wouldn't it be better just to maybe fill in a questionnaire, like with some intellectual questions? Like, join my gang, but you've got to be this intellectual to be able to join, not can you down your own sick?
I know.
Yeah, it's not like, yeah, we've got someone really smart on our team now. He can down sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's always about booze and doing horrible stuff.
Yeah,
That is
horrible
basically
stuff.
what initiations are
Yeah.
about.
Because it's all charged by
Yeah.
booze, isn't it? It's fueled by it. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that whole mentality again. It's all like tribal people coming together and creating this mess because they're all bladdered.
True. And trust me when I say there are some far, far worse ones out there. They're just a few of the ones that I found.
If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
Do they have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the document.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
I don't know about you, but when I'm using AI for my business, I don't need it to tell me what to do. I know what I want. I just need help making it happen. With Wix, I finally have an AI tool that gets things done the way I want. I just have to describe the type of website I need, and it's ready. I can even ask it to manage my inventory, plan my next marketing campaign, or help out my customers. Wix gives me AI wherever I need it. Try it out at Wix.com.
Extra value meals are back. That means 10 tender, juicy McNuggets and medium fries and a drink are just $8. Only at McDonald's.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad
No,
bookstores?
it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really
Yeah.
depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Yeah, go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy. Buy it, yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.